Most guys get serious eye bags as they get older, but most guys don't do anything about it because most guys don't really understand skincare. They think it's too expensive, and they don't believe anything actually works. But here's the thing, most guys are...
All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a full Friday. That's right. It's a Thursday, March 11th. Oh, good. I always forget to take that sound off the side monitor. But again, hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to their full Friday. That is a Thursday, March 11th. Hopefully everybody's having a good start to their day. Hopefully everybody had a good night last night. It wasn't a bad night in the NHL, 4-1. And our free play on San Antonio wasn't a great winner. But if you are new to the Raymond Report, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a sports handicapper here in the sports handicapping industry. Been doing this now my 24th season. Started off with PhoenixSports.com. That was my first baby. And 20 sites later, got a network site. The PST Gaming Network was created. And wrote a book in 2009 called Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. And I'm the founder and owner of the World Series of Handicapping, going into season number 10 here for this pro football contest, and looking forward to another profitable year with making some football contests and hopefully bringing profit to you guys betting picks each and every day. All right, so yesterday we talked about the new website that came online, bullpenpicks.com. That's our new baseball website. You can go there right now at bullpenpicks.com. Check it out. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, the objective of this show is to teach you some sports handicapping fundamentals, which I believe is value, the percentage plays, and the performance cycles. In fact, I'm going to break down when we get to the performance cycles and the value section. I'm going to show you how to use those two together when you're doing your handicapping. And you know what? Sometimes we lose the fact that sports betting is investing. Are you investing or are you gambling? That's one thing. That's the question of the day. Maybe a new segment. The question of the day. Are you a gambler or an investor? And if you're an investor, I'm going to show you a way you can use Streakcatcher.com how to invest in your portfolio, I guess, of sports betting. I guess the bookmaker could be your Edward Jones of sports betting. And finding indicators. If you are new to the Raymond Report, and we do this each and every day here, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. now to noon. And what we do is we talk about finding indicators. And, had a great question this week. Sometimes people say, you talk about this, but it's conflicting. Anytime I'm talking sports handicapping, I'm giving out stats and facts. I'm giving out indicators. And if I can string enough stats and indicators, then I got myself a nice little play. And at the end of the day, bottom line, you got to have fun doing this. And that's exactly what we do here each and every day. We have fun doing the Raymond Report. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, hopefully you guys can share this on your live streams or actually on your Twitter feeds or on your Facebook. And the more the merrier. And hopefully we get more people in the bullpen watching the Raymond Report Sports Betting Podcast Show. And, again, this show is about investing. It's about learning. It's about using proper fundamentals of handicapping because, the industry is still young. Even though it's been around, gambling's been around a long time, you're getting new people coming into the market each and every day. And they have, some of them are just green as grass and have no idea where to start. And, and the thing I always talk about is you got to have fun doing this. If you don't have fun doing this, then you can't be throwing away your money at luck unless you're betting once a year. But if you're investing and you're betting every day, you got to have a game plan. What's your game plan? Because at the end of the day, the objective is to take money out of the sports book, not keep putting money into the sports book, and that is the number one objective of sports betting. And that's why I'm going to be more concentrate on talking about investing into the Raymond Report. And every time we do these shows, it's an investment show, right? I'm going to show you guys my tricks of the trades, and which allowed me to be successful and profitable for 24 years. And hopefully, you guys can learn from that. Or, if you guys teach an old dog a new trick, I'm always willing to listen. And, but the thing is, in sports betting, you got to learn how to change. You got to change on the fly. Because the rules can change so quickly. And when I mean rules, I'm talking about, let's say, for instance, in the early 2000s, when they brought in parity into the sports game and market, it was a game changer. Because now, the Yankees weren't winning, 140 games a year. and the Boston Red Sox. And now the parity is everything is even. Anybody has a chance now on any given Sunday, right? As they say. So hopefully you guys are watching this show. Hopefully people, if you're in the audience, you can pull up in the bullpen here, say hi, roll call, and let's see how you're doing today. And that's what I call the chat box, the bullpen. And people who are following the Raymond Report can tune in each and every day and say, just come on in, say hi, how you doing? Kick your feet back, have a coffee. It's too early for a beer, but unless you're living in Europe right now. But hey, there's Chad. How you doing, Chad? Hopefully, did you just get off the set there at Corner Gas or what, eh? Made fun with Chad yesterday, call him the Corner Gas guy because he lives in Saskatchewan. But there's Eddie Armstrong. How you doing, Eddie? Hopefully you had a good night. And let's keep it rolling, right? Let's keep it rolling. Ready to roll, eh? As Stu Finder says all the time on his Twitter, so ready to roll. All right. So we're going to ready to roll. We're going to kick off the show here. Recapping yesterday. Now, you recall yesterday I talked about the value plays, right? Well, sure enough, the value plays in the NHL were another winner last night. We had Colorado, LA, and Edmonton 3-0. The value selections now are 6-0 in the last 3 days. So the last 3 days, the value plays we've given on the show are 6-0. I got 2 value plays here today, and I'm going to show you how to use the value plays with the percentage plays. Now, remember I talk about all the time the Raymond Report. It's about value, percentage play, and the performance cycles. Performance cycles to me are indicators, right? Go find indicators, and if you got value, percentage, and then you get those indicators, then you got yourself a nice little play. I got 2 of them today. Was only 2 games in the NBA last night. Our value play was San Antonio and the percentage play, so that didn't turn out too well. Memphis was overvalued, so we did have Memphis as the overvalued play. That was a nice winner. So hopefully you played Memphis, but I don't think that went under the total. There's my guy Rui from Lisbon. How you doing, Rui? Hopefully you're having a good night. I don't know if Benfica played there today, but let's see if that's going to. I saw something yesterday with the Ronaldo and Messi. Something about they're not advancing for the first time since 2005. I don't know what we're talking about. I just saw the headlines that Ronaldo and Messi weren't advancing or something like that. I don't know if that was the Premier Champions League or something. But you know what? Rui there, he's from Portugal. My brother-in-law's Portuguese, and I have a lot of friends that are Portuguese, so it's always close to my heart when I start talking to the Portuguese people because of family, right? And there's Lee Lewis, the value indicators, Ron. Absolutely, value indicators. Maybe that's a new keyword that you're probably going to see trending in Google pretty soon. Hello, Kyle. How you doing? He says, hello, Mr. Raymond, or no, just hello, Raymond. So, hey, show up in the bullpen, say hi, tip off, like I said, stay a while, take off your coat, or like my mom used to say when I used to go visit her, here's your coat, what's your hurry? And my mom had a girl, you thought I was witty, you should have met my mom. My mom had a really good sense of humor, and she got it from my grandmother. So that's a little information right there, but a little bit of going in my roots of my childhood there. My mom, my grandmother, that's where the comedy comes from. And not that I think I'm funny or nothing, but, you got to have fun in life, right? Yeah, Champions League, Lee Lewis said. All right, so let's take a look what's on deck here. The free race, let's go to, gave out the free horse racing yesterday, and it was a nice winner. In fact, I saw Rashad posted that he's the one who brought it to my attention. I completely forgot all about it. And he goes, you got to show me how you do that. All right, it's very easy. You go to atsstats.com, you go to horses, you go to free tip sheet, and yesterday we gave you the win, place, and show. It didn't pay a lot. I think it paid like 20-some bucks or something like that. But hey, win's a win, right? And depending how much you place, to money on the win, if you put a lot of money, then hopefully it paid out for you. But what we're gonna do here today, guys, I have another website. It's called Fadoho.com. This is this has been a you ever get these ideas in your head and you say, one day I'm going to build this website, but it just you got to wait for the right time. Well, after 20 years, I finally built Fadoho. Now, Fadoho stands for Favorite Dog and Horse, and that's how I came up with the name, Favorite Dog and Horse, Fadoho.com. And our slogan is Do You Fadoho? And we play. What you want to do is you want to put a favorite, an underdog, and a horse. And the hardest part to building this website was finding the horses. And let me see here. Let me go to the track. We're going to go to Gulfstream today, and I'm going to bring up some of the So yeah, so let's go to the horse racing. Then I'll come back to Fadoho and I'll make my selections at fadoho.com. And you're invited to play there. It's free to join, free to play, and you can win a $100 betting account courtesy of Bookmaker right there at fadoho.com. All right, so let's go to race number 1 today at Gulfstream Park. It's a $32,000 maiden claiming race. And let me check out I saw some, nobody told me the show changed to 11 a.m. I'm mad at my classmates. Yeah, you know what? That was done on the fly, John. We decided with baseball going, I figured, let's get this show going earlier, and it allows me to do other things in the afternoon too. So, so the show's at 11. Instead of making April 1st, we bumped it up. So, sorry about that. You keep saying the value play is just teasing. Yeah, that's right. They're not value plays; they're value indicators. Good call, Lewis. That's to keep me on my toes. Sorry, saved you a seat. Yeah, but you only use the edge, right, Chad? I'm thinking of subscribing to the ATS report, especially because NBA. Absolutely, it's less than $1 a day. It's $99 for the year, and you get access to the whole website. Kyle, I'm trying. Awesome. So the bullpen's hopping today. I love that. And you know what? The thing I love about the bullpen is that it's not all about me and you. It's about you guys. Ribbing each other. Like I'm ribbing Corner Gas there, Chad, because he's from Saskatchewan and that's where the show's from. So hey, if I ever find out where you're from, I'm gonna find out the background of your city and I'll probably rib you, just like a good old teammate, right? All right, let's take a look here at the horse racing. Again, nice win yesterday with the Gulfstream picks. Let's see if we can duplicate that today. Again, $32,000 maiden claiming race, 110 post time at the Gulfstream, 6 furlongs on the dirt today. And we're going to go with a long shot in race number 1 today. The 8, Jedi Jane. Jedi Jane with Alvarado taking the ride here. Now, Alvarado's 43% in the money the last 100 races. The number 1 horse, Exaggerated Moment, one of the best drivers in the circuit, Irad Ortiz Jr. This guy has made a lot of people a lot of money. Irad, one of the best jockeys in the business. Exaggerated Moment, number 1 horse, 3-1 morning line on the number 1. And we're going to close that trifecta ticket with the number 5 horse, Frosted Mistress, with Tyler Gaffalione, another great jockey here. Tyler Gaffalione, 38% in the money in his last 100 races. And our long shot today, our Joker's Wild, using the tip sheet here at atsstats.com, is the 3 horse, Bobby's. Hey, Bobby's with Jose Ortiz Jr., Irad's younger brother, 32% in the money. Now, Rashad asked me yesterday, how do you play your selections? Now, if you look down here, I talk about exacta and trifecta. Now, if you're going to play an exacta box here today, guys, at Gulfstream in race number 1, I recommend 8-1, 1-5, 5-3. So this way, any combination of these 3 horses or 4 horses come into those order, and you box it, you will win with that recommendation. The trifecta recommendation, if you're going to play 3 horses, I recommend you box the 8-1-5, 8-1-5 into 3-1-5 trifecta box, and don't forget to box those horses, because the last thing you want to do is play 8-1. Say if you go 8-1-5 and it comes in 8-5-1, you're going to be pretty mad at the rain report, right? All right, let's take a look at the bullpen here, see what everybody's saying. There's Cheeks. How you doing, Cheeks? Well, it's spring for a couple of days now. We dumped on 8 inches of snow. Wow, living in Minnesota has its perks and ups and downs. Cheeks? Yeah, I feel your pain. I'm in Ottawa, but you know what? Hey, it's going to be 14 degrees in Ottawa here today. So I'm not going to complain, but we're going to break back down to -2. And now all the Americans are like, what's -2? What's Fahrenheit Celsius, eh? How about we all get on the same page in North America and just make it one, Fahrenheit or Celsius. Let's get on that same page. Okay, Eddie, what's the difference between a cow and a percentage of team winning? How do you bet the difference of those? All right, I'll get to that in just a second. I thought the time was 11 to noon. Yeah, we changed it. Yeah, remember I said April 1st we go 11 to noon? So we bumped up the price, the hour a bit. It just made more sense for the bigger picture, right? It gets the show out earlier instead of, I'd rather have the show be on replay 3 more hours than, waiting around. So that's why I decided to make the show a bit sooner. There's Bo Dunn. Let's get some winners today. Bo knows. Hey, Bo always knows. Bo's in the show. All right, so again, Fadoho.com. Let's use, I'm going to go with I always like to play the Joker when I'm using Fadoho. So again, if you are new or just popping in here at the Rain Report, this is Fadoho.com. Check it out. It's a free site. All you do is you pick a favorite, an underdog, and a horse, And if you build your bankroll, if you get, as soon as your balance gets to $10,000, you can win a $100 account at Bookmaker. So it's free to play, free to join. And you can see here, Hoops Junkie 53, his balance at 73.09. And I'm going to make my plays here today real quickly. I'm going to go NHL for my favorite. I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins. And then I'm going to go with my underdog. I'm going to go to the NBA. And I'm going to select an underdog here. I'm going to go Minnesota as an underdog. And then my pick here for Gulfstream Park, I'm going to go to race number 1 at Gulfstream. And I'm going to go to the 3 horse. I'm going to take him to show. Now, here's the thing. I took my favorite Boston. I took my my underdog Minnesota. Now, if you go to Gulfstream, now you can see down here, I'm going to put $50. I'm going to put $50 on this game or this ticket. And if I go 50 on the Gulfstream, Bobby's, the number 3 horse to show, he pays 112. But if I take him to place, he plays 175. And if I take him to win, he pays 300. So I'm going to take him to show here. 50 nets me 112. And I got a good favorite here in Boston. I got an underdog in Minnesota. And the thing is, the more you risk, the higher it goes, right? So I'm going to just submit that. And it pays out $262. So it pays out $262 if it wins. And then I go to my leaderboard. And as soon as I get to 10,000, I can claim my prize. Fadoho.com. Check it out. Fadoho.com. It's the only site that I can think of where, and when I came up with this idea, I said, okay, and I'm not a huge horse racing guy. Like I'm not, I couldn't tell you the bloodlines of Secretariat or who his third cousin was, but I do enjoy the horse racing. I've been brought up on it here in Ottawa, going to harness, a lot of harness racing. Only got involved in thoroughbred racing really about 10 years ago, 15 years ago when they started checking out Woodbine. But I love going to the track. There's something about the track. It's just a fun, relaxing day in the sunshine. You're meeting characters all day. And I love meeting new people, and I always have a fun day at the track. All right, Fadoho.com. Anybody can play. Anybody can join. Fadoho.com. All right, let's go to the SBI. If you are new to the Raymond Report, SBI stands for Sports Betting Index. Sports Betting Index. Damn, okay, what's Johnny X saying right there? Damn, what's wrong, Johnny? Damn, where are you from, Isaiah? Okay, because it's cold in Minnesota. All right, the NBA gets going tonight. So we got 11 games on tap tonight in the NBA. And looking at the NBA last night, 2-0 for the favorites and 2-0 to against the spread, right? 1-1, so 50% with the over/under. And if you look at the 7-day average NBA favorites, it's hard to go to the 7-day average because it's been off for 5 days. But look at the month. Let's go to the 30-day average. 63.7% of the favorites have won, but they've only covered 55% of the time. So we're in a neutral market on the 30-day average. And same thing with the over-unders. We're in a neutral market. So I think you can fire away here. Favorites, underdogs. I don't think there's a psychological edge to the bookmaker. And let's take a look at the NHL last night. Pretty good night last night. 4-1 with my NHL selections yesterday. So another good night. And let's take a look at the favorites. Look at the favorites last night. Anybody got that big tall glass of milk? Because whoever put the favorites there, you're going to wash all that chalk that you just washed down last night. The favorites are now 13-1 the last 2 days. And you know what? When you're cashing and you're collecting tickets, who can argue with you, right? 4-1 to the over, and then 4-1 to the over. The puck line, though, favorites were, normally you don't see this a lot, where the favorites cover the spread on the puck line. Look at that. 4-1 on the puck line, 4-1 to the over. And let's take a look at the 7-day average on the 70%. Wow. NHL favorites are winning at 70.9%, 63% with the over-unders. So the overs are coming in at 63.1%, 80% last night, 4-1. And let's take a look at the puck line. Neutral market on the puck lines. And again, look at all the overs have come in this week on the 7-day average. That's a lot of overs that are coming in. But, I said it last week, right? I said, some things you notice and you say, man, look at all the 5.5s. That's because everything was coming under. So the bookmaker, they adjusted. Instead of posting their 6 and 6.5, they went to 5.5. And sure enough, you got to watch out for those things, right? Those are the little things that the bookmakers do. And this is why, if you wonder why we doing the SBI, exactly that, to see where the adjustments are, right? See where the adjustments are coming. And that's why we do the sports betting index. And that's why we do that. All right, let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report. Here's another thing in the Raymond report. What I do before I get before I go right into headfirst into handicapping, I gotta know what the market's at. Where are we in the markets? You know, are we in a bull market for favorites? I look at the sports betting industry just like the stock market, and you have to. If you are in this as an investor, an investment, or if you're gambling, gambling is investing. Investing is gambling. You know, look at all the stocks, right? Look at GameStop. Look at all those crazy GameStop shares that went up and down all week. But, you know, thank God it's not that erratic in the sports betting industry, because I think, I think everybody would stop gambling, right? If that's almost like as bad as the fix or something. But let's take a look at the NBA bullish reports right now. Now, keep in mind, some of these teams, only 2 games last night, so there was only 4 teams involved. And if you look at the teams that are bullish prior to the All-Star break, now, Philadelphia, they're bullish, but keep in mind, no Embiid and Simmons tonight. They're out due to COVID protocols. Protocols. Don't want to say that 10 times. That's a tongue twister. And if I look at the Philadelphia, I think that's the only 2 guys that are out of the lineup tonight. I found it funny that the line was -4 for Chicago, but that was the reason why. Here are all the teams. Miami, Phoenix, Brooklyn, Dallas, Milwaukee, New York, Denver, and Philadelphia. Now, Denver, New York, and Dallas and Miami are the teams that are B-type teams that are bullish, so they're going through a good little run, and they probably have the best value when you look at the bullish. You know, when you're betting, you know, the Brooklyn Nets, the Milwaukee Bucks, and Philly when they're healthy, they're, you know, your higher spreads, right? And the teams that are neutral are here that are 4-3 and 3-4 in the last 7. And then you got your bottom dwellers, but look who's in the bottom, in the Bears club right here. The LA Lakers and the LA Clippers. So we'll see if the Clippers can get the job done tonight against the Golden State Warriors. And let's take a look at the NHL. And let's go to the NHL. Let's take a look at what the bullpen is saying right now. Glad NBA is back. Yeah, it gives us, you know what? It gives us another opportunity to make money with as many volume games, right? College basketball is, I'm not a college basketball guy, but now's the time where I'm dabbling a bit in it. I'm not going crazy because, NHL, NBA is where I make my money. And this is where I say, be careful from being a gambler than an investor, right? Like, people who gamble, if you're betting on something you don't know about, you're gambling. If you're betting on something you know about, you're investing. So know the difference between gambling and investing, and this is what I'm really trying to focus on, because at the end of the day, you want to make money. And I'm going to show you a way. Guess who's back at the Streakcatcher, and I'll get to that in just a few minutes. Eddie is back. Eddie's, he lost that 13-game win streak, but guess who's right back in the third 3-game win streak? Eddie's, I got a feeling Eddie's a ringer here, eh? But hey, keep an eye out on Eddie. Eddie is back, and he's going to make us some money. And I'm going to show you a way that how I'm making money betting the Streakcatcher picks, and I'll get to that in just a second. Now let's take a look at the Bulls here in the NHL. And as you can see, it's all A-type teams. That's what the more you get into sports betting, you realize there's a comfort level in betting sports, right? Think of your mindset if you're betting on Tampa Bay compared to betting on, say, the Ottawa Senators. See how your mindset could flip on a switch like that? So these are the teams that are bullish right now. Tampa Bay, Washington, the New York Islanders, Carolina, Winnipeg. Hey, remember I talked about Winnipeg, that under-the-radar return on investment team. They're back at it tonight. Vegas and Pittsburgh. Those are your teams that are bullish right now. And hey, that explains why I live at Corner Gas. Don't gamble, invest. Absolutely, Chad. Hey, that's awesome. All right. Here's your now look at this. We had 17 teams in the neutral pool here a couple of days ago. Now we're up to what here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we had 4 teams either go to the penthouse or the basement. And look at all, I think they went to the basement, because look at all the teams now that are bearish. These are teams that, now look at all the C-type teams. Boston's bearish. Boston is the only team that is a B, that's not a C. Let's cut to the chase here. The Boston's the only team that's not an A or C team, and there's no A teams like the Lakers or Clippers. So Boston right now, and I got a nice system that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes. And what's my next thing here? The line moves of the day. All right, so these are your Bears and Bulls report here, guys. So these are your teams that are bullish in the NHL. These are your neutrals. This is where I find where, from a market psychology, the value lies in the yellow teams. And the C-type and bearish teams, as much as I'd love to bet on these guys, they'll break your heart, right? Old high school sweetheart, they'll break your heart. What's up, Big Ray? How you doing, Plant Base? There's Plant Base in the house. And if I'm missing anybody, I'd like to welcome them to the Rain Report. And again, guys, don't forget, smash the like buttons and share this video. Share the live Rain Report on your Twitter feed or Facebook, and let's get this house rocking. All right, I love Boston tonight, says Plant Base, and we'll get to that in just a second. And what's the next here on the agenda? The line move of the day. All right, let's see the biggest line moves today, and let's go to college basketball since there's probably some early tip-offs here today. And let's go to line moves. Hopefully everybody having themselves a great full Thursday. That's right, a full Thursday, or a full Friday, sorry. A full Friday, I call that that's what I call Thursday, because it feels like a Friday, but it's a fake Friday. It's a full Thursday. Full is in French. Full is, it means fake. All right, let's go to college basketball. So I see we got a lot of Canadians fans in the, not Canadian Montreal, but Canadian people in the bullpen. What do you guys think of the CFL going with the XFL? I'm not too crazy about it. I'm a purist, hardcore CFL guy, but at the end of the day, it has to survive, right? That's my only concern. But looking at the line moves here, let's take a look at the early line moves. Georgetown, there's a little bit of movement here on Georgetown. Villanova opened up at 8.5. It's now down to 7. That's a 12 tip-off. And I'm just going to bring out the biggest line moves here in college basketball that are 1 or 1.5. And desperate. Yeah, they're desperate. They got to make money, right? Let me see here. Let's take a look at some of the other line moves here today. I'm not seeing big line moves. Yeah, Villanova and but that's still early, right? Georgetown, Villanova, that's the biggest move I see right now. For the over-unders, Temple, the money coming in on the over in the Temple South Florida game. Under one indicator. So these I call indicators. So look at this. Minnesota, Ohio State. Indicator pointing to the under. Opened up at 146, now 143.5. And let's see if we have any more indicators that are significant in line movement. And I don't see anything there, but that Ohio State looks like the biggest one right now. Let's take a look at the NBA. NBA indicators on the line movement. Atlanta Hawks opened up minus 1.5, now up to 3, favoring Atlanta. New Orleans opened up 7.5, now 8.5 for the Pelicans. Miami Heat 6.5, 8.5 now for the Heat. Chicago Bulls opened up at 2.5, now bet up to 4. That's because the Embiid Simmons are ruled out. And Phoenix opened 2.5, and they're up to 4.5 tonight against the Portland Trailblazers. All right, let's take a look here at the Detroit, Charlotte. Look at this line movement on this game. Opened up at 220.5, now 226 on the over Detroit, Charlotte. Also, big movement on New York, Milwaukee. 222.5 up to 224. And we got some movement here on Golden State to the over. Phoenix Suns to the over. And Houston Rockets, Sacramento, Buddy Buckets, and the over. Opened up at 227.5, and it's now 230.5 to the over. All right, let's take a look at the line movement. College Basketball Conference winners parlay. All right, there's some solutions right there. If you got some plays today, just post them in the bullpen. And let's take a look at the over-unders in the hockey here. So this, see the thing it opened up at 5 and went up 5.5. So that's the over in the Devils game. 6 to 6.5 Washington. That game could go over. And then Pittsburgh, Buffalo, that game opened up at 6, went down to 5.5. Line movement on the money line for NHL. So movement coming in on the Islanders. Philadelphia, minus 111 to 135. Toronto Maple Leafs, 182 to 185. Not big move right there. Rangers opened up 185 for the Bees, and it's now 175 for Boston Bruins. So money coming in on the Rangers. Indicators, actually. And let me see here. Carolina opened up at 222. It's up to 250. So early indicator on Carolina. Columbus. Pittsburgh opened up at 200, and now it's 222 for the Penguins. And the Dallas Stars, minus 141. It's 147 right now for Dallas. All right, those are your line moves today for the NHL. And let's go to the computer pick of the day. We'll start off with NBA. Let's go to the computer selections of the NBA tonight. All right, let's kick it off with Detroit, Charlotte. The forecast going to lean 111 to 101 for the Hornets. The over-under is set at 212.67. The last 6 games for Charlotte have gone over the total, and the last 2 for Detroit have gone over. So this is why you're seeing the Kogo at 31%. You have, how you doing, Sonny? How you doing, buddy? Atlanta taking on the Toronto Raptors. Atlanta -3, and the over-under set at 225. The forecast leaning with the Hawks here, 114 to 113. The over-under at 228 for the computer forecast. Last 4 games for Toronto have gone over the total. Looking at the Boston Celtics, it's going to be a tough game for the Celtics in Brooklyn. Now, this line, I thought it'd be a little bit higher. -2 for Brooklyn. Over-under set at 233. Forecast, going to lean with the Nets here by 113 to 112. The over-under at 226. And looking at the chance of covering, 60% for the Celtics. Minnesota taking on the Pelicans. Computer likes the Pelicans 122 to 111. And looking at the Kogo on this game at 36%. We have Miami Heat taking on Orlando. We got the Heat winning by 4 here. 14. 116 to 102. The over-under set at 218.5. 0.37, so it does like it to go over the total. And looking at the chance of covering, it does like Orlando on the percentage play here, 52%. Last 3 games have gone over the total, and for Miami, the last 3 have gone under. In fact, I got a nice 80% club stat on the under here on the Heat, and I'll get to that in just a second. Milwaukee taking on the New York Knicks. We got the Bucks winning here, 121 to 106. The over-under at 228.69. 59% chance of covering for Milwaukee. The last 3 games for the Bucks have gone under the total, and we'll get to the value edge in just a second. Chicago taking on the Sixers. Now we have now it's -3 for Chicago, over under at 227, but we still got the Sixers winning 117 to 108, over under at 225.98. So it likes it to go under the total. Dallas, Oklahoma. Now the Mavs on a back-to-back game situation. We have the Mavericks, a 5.5 point road favorite, over under set at 219. We got the Mavericks winning this one 115 to 106, over under at 221.84. 55% chance of covering for Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. And don't look now, but the Dallas Mavericks on a 4-game win streak. Golden State Clippers, we got the Clippers 7.5 point favorite, the over under at 229. We got LA winning this one 119 to 108, the over under at 228. And keep in mind the Clippers though, 3-game losing streak. They're bearish for first time this year, and they're an A-type team. Phoenix 117, Portland 113. Forecast at 231.35 on the total. And the last game of the night, Buddy Buckets and the Sacramento Kings -4 favorite, the over/under at 230.5. And we got Sacramento winning by 6, 117 to 111, the over/under at 228.47. All right, those are your NBA forecasts for tonight. And I'm going to go to the NHL real quickly. And then I'm going to go to the 80% club. I got some really good 80% club stats I'm going to show you guys. And hopefully we can cash you a nice, some winners here today. The value plays are strong. Does the Bulls 76er game total compensate without Ben in total? Well, here's the thing. And that's a great question, Eddie. The bookmakers already made the adjustment. So whatever, if the bookmaker doesn't think so, then what you see is the bookmaker doesn't think that's it. You know, in fact, let me go to one of their games, and I'll show. Let's go take a look at their last 5 games. So Eddie is saying, does the Bulls 76er game total compensate without Ben, and you know, Embiid, right? And there's no Embiid. So let's take a look at the Sixers. Now, again, the bookmaker will already compensate. Like, they're already ahead of this, right? They know, and they will adjust the line. And the market, you know, the market will adjust the line accordingly, too. So let's take a look at Philadelphia's last few games. 230.5 against the Jazz, 224 against the Pacers. Pacers not a big offensive team. Cavaliers, 219. Mavericks, 228. Now, when you look at this game, Chicago's, you know, they're middle of the road team, right? If you look at the Chicago Bulls, in fact, let me go to Chicago, and let's see where they stand in the scoring race here on ranking. And that's a great question. That's a really good question right there. Let's go to NBA. And let's go to that game, Chicago and Philadelphia. Where is it here? Chicago, where are you, Philly? There you are. Okay, so Philadelphia, a 10th. Yeah, they're going to tank tonight. 10th ranked offense up against a 6th ranked offense in Chicago. And then Philadelphia, 11th ranked defense, but up against a 25th ranked defense in Chicago Bulls. So you still got some power here with Chicago and Zach LaVine, Kobe White. They can put some points up. And you look at the overall standings, and Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Utah, Denver, Pelicans, and look at this, Pelicans and Bulls, some of your top 6 teams, right? I'm from Chicago. Let's go Bulls. LaVine should take Tatum's spot in the 3-point contest. Yeah, that's a good point right there. But no, so the thing is, I think the line is exactly where it should be. When you look at the Sixers' last few games, and again, keep in mind, Chicago's a 6th ranked offense, and you got the Jazz right there, 230, and they're ranked what? Let me see. What did I have them ranked? Number 1 or something? Or Utah Jazz 3rd. They were 3rd ranked round. So, yeah, the bookmakers, you got to wake up pretty early to pull a fast one over the bookmaker, right? But so that's what I think of that. Ed Drake, like new time in this format, jam-packed with info and betting advice. Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that. And you know what? That's what I really appreciate. When people get, like, whenever you do these shows, you're always wondering what the audience are feeling, right? Are they? And I always use the fast food analogy. Do people want just the picks and run, or do people really want to invest into an hour of getting into the mindset of our community and talking? And the thing is, I don't want just to be my mindset or me setting the narrative all the time on, okay, here's how sports betting work. Like, I didn't invent the wheel. I didn't invent sports betting, but the law of attraction. That's how I work. And if we can attract more people who buy into sports betting investments, and we get more people talking about the market conditions and the way they handicap and the way they share their information and how they look at things, right? When you look at CNBC or Fox Business News, you get some great minds talking, and then that's what really sparks my interest, is when I can share my information with you guys, and you guys give me great feedback, and then, using the fast food analogy, right? I look at the sports handicapping industry like this. You want to sit down, order your meal, talk, and then wait for your meal to come, and then wait 45 minutes for your souffle to come for dessert. And this way we can really chat and really have good, sound reasoning on our handicapping, theory and basis and fundamentals. Or you just want to grab your Happy Meal and just beat it. That's the way I see it. And this is why I appreciate that question, Ed Drake. And I thank you for that, because that's exactly what, when I set out to do this show. And hey, I've been trying to do this show now for about 6 months. And it takes time. It takes time to, when I first started doing this industry in 1996, there was only like 10 of us. I can always recall there was Brian Georgia of Bettor's World. There was the Prescription, the Shrink. There was Vegas Insider, Russ Culver. The Bettor's World, I think I said that already. Major Wager. There was Covers was there. There's about 20 of us right there, right? And when you do these type of websites, and these web shows, you're gonna realize that you can't. You're gonna cater to a lot of different folks, right? Different stroke, different folks. But anyway, I don't want to get on a tangent. Ed, you got me on a tangent there, Ed. But I appreciate that. Bottom line, the more law of attraction that we can attract more people who are into investing and not gambling, then I think we're going to get on the right path. All right. I can get sidetracked real quickly, right? Shiny thing in the corner. There goes my attention span. But isn't that a gambler? Isn't that a gambler in a nutshell? Hey, almost swallowed my saliva there. Ed Musco. Oh, there's Eddie. There's Eddie Musco. Hey, Eddie, you know what, buddy? I'm so happy you identified yourself, because I tip my hat off to you, Eddie. You are the man when it comes to hockey. Folks, this is the man, the myth, the legend. This is Eddie Musco at hockeypicks.com. And you know what, Ed? Man, I should get on the horn one day and call you up, because you're doing a hell of a job at Hockey Picks, and I have all due respect for you. And keep it up. And thank you for coming in today and identifying yourself, because I'm pumping your tires here every day. You're a Hall of Famer in my books, Eddie. All right, here we go. New Jersey taking on the New York Islanders. Now, the Islanders a minus 213 chalk, so bring that big tall. I need some props here, eh? Anytime I see a minus 213, I need this big prop of milk, because that's what I feel like I should be. If you're going to take the Islanders, that's what you should be washing down that the milk, all that chalk. 5.5 is the over-under. I got the forecast winning here. 3.4 to 2.29, the over-under at 5.69. And so we do have the Islanders winning here tonight, and the New York Islanders on a 6-game win streak. All right, so Washington taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers a minus 111, the over-under at 6.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna go with the Kiko's power play, eh? Anybody in Philadelphia, they will get that. Anybody in Philly would understand where that came from, right? The Kiko's power play. Ever watch a Flyers game? Every time they get a penalty, that's what they always say. Hey, the power play. And all right, and I love I love watching Flyers playoff hockey. When they bring the national anthem, they go with the old Kate Smith rendition with was it Laura? I think her name is. Anyway, they do like a now and then. It's fantastic. All right, Philadelphia, Washington. We gave out that. Winnipeg, Toronto, the Leafs. Where's Leaf fan now, eh? Anybody who knows hockey and knows a bit about Leaf fan, he's they're like Jekyll and Hyde, right? When they win, they're Jekyll. When they lose, they're hiding. So where's Leaf fan now on a 3-game losing streak? But I got a good news for you Leaf fans. I got a great system play today. I think they get the W here tonight. But I just love ribbing Leaf fan because I got so many friends in Toronto. I'm an Ottawa Center guy, so if you can't rib Leaf fan, who can you rib, right? I got them winning tonight, 3.2 to 3.1. The over/under at 6.38. You know what? Corner gas there, Chad. Well, what's the big fan base in Saskatchewan? Hey, Corner gas. Let us know what the people in Saskatchewan are. They big? I would say in Saskatchewan they're probably Leaf fans, either Leaf fans or Winnipeg. Maybe Winnipeg. That's closer. But I'd be interested to see where the people in Saskatchewan, where the fan base is there, where their allegiance lies in Riderland, right? Riderville they call it. Let's see where their allegiance lies. All right, Rangers taking on the Boston Bruins. I got the Bruins here, 175, the over/under at 5.5. And looking at the forecast, 3.61, 2.49, the over/under at 6.1. And Rangers on a 2-game losing streak right now, and so are the Bees. But somebody's got to give tonight. Nashville taking on Carolina. The Preds, a 250 favorite, over/under at 5.5. We got Carolina winning 3.37 and 2.82. How you doing, Lonnie? I don't know if I said hi to you there. I just saw you there right there. Is hockey a sport in Canada? Yeah, hockey's it's not a sport. It's a religion in some places. And Carolina, we got them winning here tonight. Florida Panthers coming off a 4-2 win. Columbus, man, things aren't going good for old Torts, eh? He started the year off fighting with Dubois, and then Laney comes in. He was in the doghouse for a couple of games. He ride the pine there for a few games, and man, I don't know. I'm not getting good vibes here for Torts lasting in Columbus right now. 3.1 to 2.7, the over/under at 5.87. Pittsburgh taking on the Sabres. Sabres, man, that's all I got to say, man. The 3.06, 2.4, the over/under at 5.5, and then no Eichel. Tampa Bay. You guys see that Tampa Bay Detroit game the other night? That horn keep going off, and during the game, guys are like playing the game, the horn go off, and then they like stop and look and just keep going. It's kind of funny. We got the Lightning winning here tonight, 3.1 to 2.8, and from the West, cheer on the West. Yeah, I don't think Saskatchewan guys would cheer on the Eastern teams, eh? All the Western. That's a good point. Chicago taking on Dallas. We got the Stars winning here, 3.8 to 2.57. And we got the Habs. Habs with a late night game last night, 11 o'clock. I didn't make it. I'll be honest. I was counting sheeps at that time. 2.9 to 1.4, the over/under at 4.42. All right, it's halftime now here at the Rain Report. And again, folks, the new website for baseball. I made this announcement yesterday, so if you missed it, it's called bullpenpicks.com. Bullpenpicks.com. It's the same as Hockey Picks. You go in there, you make your selections at Bullpen. This is going to be a great website for baseball. Let's see if Eddie's a big baseball guy. I know he's a hockey guy, but we finally got her up and running here at bullpenpicks.com, and you'll be able to make your selections by posting your baseball picks. I'm really looking forward to baseball. I'm watching preseason. I'm watching one game a day. I'm watching one team a day. So this way I get a good feel for each of the teams. All right, so now that was halftime. Let's go to the percentage play of the day. Now, we're going to start it off with the basketball, and we're going to go to the NBA. And I'm going to bring up the computer picks. Now, the NBA, the value plays of late have been really good in hockey. The value plays that were 6-0 the last couple days, indicators, sorry, not plays, indicators, are value indicators. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, we always talk about finding indicators. They're not plays, because once you're following the tip sheet and you're handicapping, this is not a 6-0, because Charlotte is 6-0 to the over in their last 6 games. That doesn't qualify them as a play, right? That's the word of the day we're trying to find yesterday, qualify. And this does not qualify as a play. This is an indicator. So when I talk about indicators, those are the things I'm looking for. Now, in basketball today, let's go to the basketball. Here are your value indicators today. Detroit is +4. I had them listed at +3.67. So they're almost fair market value. So they really shouldn't, if you round it off, it's probably not even an indicator. So you know what? Yeah, if you round it off, I'm going to scratch. It's fair market value. So fair market value if you like Detroit. Now the Toronto Raptors are, they're an indicator, +3. I had the Raptors here listed at -1.39. So there is value on the Raptors. There's value on the Boston Celtics. If you do like Boston today, I had them at -109. You're getting +3, and they're a B neutral team. So Boston does qualify as a value indicator today. Again, I don't trust C-type teams, and I'll talk about that in a second. Brooklyn, -3 is value. I had them listed at -4.98. We're working on the phone. I don't know what that means. And, all right, Minnesota against the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, looking at this game, there's no value on either of these teams. Orlando, there's value on Orlando, but again, Orlando had them at 6.82, but they're C bearish. And this is why when I talk about the Rain Report, value, percentage play, and cycles. And right now, Orlando is in a bear cycle. Even though if you're going to play them, there's a lot of value and there's high rewards. And the market mindset, the psychology of betting Orlando right now is very low. It's very low. But there's value. There's value on them. New York Knicks, we got value today on the New York Knicks, -0.52. You're getting +10. And they're B bullish. You got a B bullish team. They qualify, but you're up against a team who's overvalued too in Milwaukee. So Milwaukee, a lot of value, overvalued today. Philadelphia, -3.5. Obviously, because of the situation, to me, I scratch it out. OKC, there's value on OKC here today. I had them at 5.72. You're getting +5. No, fair market value. So scratch that out. Fair market value. Now, when I did these this morning, the line was 6.5, so it moved. So you can see we lost the value, and that's the one of the things about early bird gets the worm, right? Early bird gets the worm. You got to get up early, make your selections early if you're going to find the value, the percentage plays, because you can see the value is already gone in OKC and Detroit. So early bird gets the worm, man. Golden State -0.64, and looking at -0.64. And you're getting +7, so good value on a B neutral type team in the Golden State Warriors. So Golden State qualifies as a value team. And the last value team of the day is Phoenix. Phoenix here. Now, here's the thing, and I'm so happy this is happening right here. So let's take. I get this all the time, Ron. I'm watching I'm doing my handicapping on your site with the Rain Report. Now, the value on both these teams, so you see right here, you know what, let me go to this game, and I'll show you exactly what people are talking about. And this is why this format is such a great format to do, so this way I can do the examples in real time of what people are, some of the feedback that I get. So some of the questions I get is like, okay, Ron, Phoenix here is -6.4 on the value edge, but, Portland is 0.42. But you're getting +4. So you're getting value on Portland, but you're also getting value on Phoenix. Where should I be where should I be going? So that's rule number 1. So if you got rule number 1, both teams have value, what's the next thing in line in the Rain Report betting system? Percentage play. Let's go to the percentage play, and let's see where the highest percentage lies. 67.8% chance of winning straight up. And then on the chance of covering the spread, look at that. The lower high goes to 22%. Now, because it's 22% on the percentage play, now keep in mind, we're getting value on both these teams, but the percentage play tonight is so, the lower highs on Portland. If this was like 55 to like 14 or 30, then I'd be all over Portland. But because it's a lower high, the edge does go to Portland, but it's not as strong as I would like it to be. And then let's go to this indicator. You got the Portland Trailblazers, actually Phoenix Suns against an A-type team on the road, 4-1 straight up and against the point spread. So to me, this is why I don't think this is a great play tonight on either side. I know you can make a case here for both teams, but when I use my handicapping and I always go back to whenever I'm stumped and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is like a dart. This is like throwing a dart, making a pick on this game. And what I'll do is I'll always go back to my fundamentals. It's like when I coach football, I always tell coaches, let's go back to our fundamentals. If we got blown out last week, what did we do wrong? Let's go back to our fundamentals. Let's go back to running the football, passing short. And that's the same thing in anything. In anything you do, invest, especially in investments. You hear it all the time on CNBC or Fox Business News. Go back to your fundamentals. And my fundamentals, value, percentage play, and then go to the indicators. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And again, when I kicked off this show, I said the objectives of the show is talk about fundamentals, talk about investment, and get more people interacting and sharing their philosophies in sports handicapping. And that's the only way I feel really grows the community, is when we get a lot of feedback. And if you know what, some people will say, you know what, that's crap, I don't believe that, I'm out of here. All right, I can't argue with that. If that's not your philosophy and that's what you don't believe in it, then c'est la vie. But for me, this is what I believe in. It's what I've made money in, and hopefully you guys believe in it too. All right, so that's what I want to show you guys. That now the overvalued teams in the NBA today. The overvalued teams, I'll just go real quickly. Charlotte, Atlanta, New Orleans, Miami, Milwaukee, Chicago, Dallas, LA Clippers, and Sacramento. Those are the teams that are overvalued today. But the team that I find has the best value is Milwaukee. Like, even though they're minus 10.5, and Boston and Golden State to me are the best value plays of the day. But when you look at overvalue, I had the Milwaukee Bucks here at minus 6.17, and they're minus 10. So if you're looking, for it's like the pizza analogy, right? You want the two for one pizza for $10, or do you want that deluxe pizza that's really good, but it costs $40? But it's a really good pizza. You're still getting pizza, but this pizza is $40, and that's the same thing with the Milwaukee Bucks. But to me, the two best value plays on the board here today are Boston and Golden State when it comes to value. Now, when I look at the percentage play in the in the NBA today, the teams that the percentage play is Detroit has a good percentage play. Let me go to the NBA computer picks right here. So when I look at Detroit, now Detroit here, the percentage play is 60% chance. Actually, let me take it to the, let me go premium. And we're going to go to Detroit, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about on the percentage play. The thing is, I don't trust C-type teams in the, in the cycles, right? So even though the percentage play is 60-40, chances of covering. Now, I'm not talking the chance of winning game straight up. I'm talking about chances of covering the spread. Chances of covering, right? 60% to 40. So you got Detroit is a C-type team, but they're bearish, right? So I'm not going to touch that game. Atlanta's a neutral type team. They're up against Toronto. Now, Atlanta has the percentage play in their favor here tonight. I got them listed here at 51%, 43 for the Raptors. And there's also there's value on Toronto. But see, what I like to do, though, is I like to match up, if there's anything that matches up, the percentage play and the value play. And I think the only thing that matches up tonight is Portland. Portland is the only thing that matches up with the percentage play and the value play. So again, but it's a low, 22%. So I didn't find a lot of value today. And the percentage play. If you can get those two indicators to come together, then you got yourself a very solid play. We had it, yesterday with San Antonio, but it didn't pan out. But those are the top indicators today. Boston, Golden State, and Portland are the value plays of the day. And percentage play, the lower high goes to Portland. Now, for the NHL, let's go to the NHL. The teams that have I'm just going to tell you the teams because we're running close to closing time here. The teams that have the best value. Now, the value plays in the NHL have been on a great run, 6-0. And the teams that have the best value today in the NHL are the following teams. Now, let me go to this is another good example to show you guys. Washington and Philly. Now, Philly and Washington have the best value today when it comes to reading the line. Now, on my line on Philly, I had them at minus 160, and you're laying 111. And for Washington, I had them at minus 133, and you're getting 111. So it's a pick and price, right? So what do you do in this case? Remember I was saying if you got two teams that have value, so you got value with Philly and you got value with Washington, what's rule number 2 of the Raymond Report? The percentage play, right? And where does the percentage play favor? Philly. Look at that. 55% chance of winning. And look at that. The indicator here. So you got an indicator here, 3.39, 55%. So, and Philly, unfortunately, 0-2 against an A-type team, so that's not good. But the only good news is it's only out of 2 games out of volume. And for Philly, looking at their home record, 7-5, and so is Washington. But I do like Philly in this spot. I think Philly is a nice spot here tonight. And the percentage play, so the top percentage value plays tonight, guys. Washington, Philly, obviously, the nod goes to Philly. Winnipeg, Toronto, same thing. Now, Winnipeg and Toronto, there's 2 values on these teams as well. And this is, it's very rare that I'll get 2 teams that have the same value in the same game, right? So Toronto had them listed at minus 167, and I had Winnipeg at minus 133. And when you look at the value, 165 for Winnipeg and 185. So a bit overvalued here for the Toronto. Actually, where was it here? Minus 204. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Minus 204 and 185. Believe it or not, you're getting value on the Leafs at minus 185, even though they're on a 3-game losing streak. But then, when you got 2 teams that have value, what I do is I look at the percentage play, and the percentage play, look at that. 1967, right? Last time the Leafs won a cup. 1967. And that's where Toronto COVID. Oh, really? Toronto has COVID issues? Uh-oh. I didn't see that. Let me refresh here. I wish you... Toronto. Simmons. I don't see anything on the report right now regarding that, but I'll check that out. All right. So the teams that I said the value. So obviously Washington, Philly. You go. They both tie right there. So you go to percentage play that favors Philly. Winnipeg and Toronto. The value plays are there, and then the percentage play favors Toronto. And then the other value play here I have is Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers, but they don't have the, let me see, Florida Panthers, but they don't have the percentage play. There's no percentage play in that favor. So I had Florida at minus 161, relaying 125, but the percentage play is at 35% compared to 65. So the percentage play favors the Sea Bears team. And this is where hopefully you guys are starting to understand how the Rain Report works, like the indicators that I keep pointing, the value, the percentage play, and then the cycles, right? A C cycle, the type of team that's below 500, that is, you look at their last 7 games, and if you look at their last 7, they're 2-5, so that's why they're in a bear cycle. And Florida on the road against teams below 500, 7-2 straight up. So Florida, even though the percentage play is not there, we still got the value on them. All right, the percentage plays of the night: Philly, Toronto, Chicago. Chicago has a good percentage play, but I don't trust C-type teams. C-type teams, like I said, they'll break your heart. They're a C-type team. That's because they're 13-14 on the year. And Calgary. Calgary is the other percentage play tonight. Calgary over Montreal. The percentage, 62%. And they're a C Bears team. But anytime you got 2 C-type teams, I'll give the nod here to the percentage play. And that's why Calgary. All right. Any questions before I get to the final part here, the system plays? Let me see if I missed anything over here. First day, a lot of these teams are so careful. Thank you for all the... You're welcome, Larry. Appreciate that, Larry. Appreciate it, guys. Everybody who's understanding the show, right? It's this show. The thing is, with a show like this, I know for some people it can get really boring, and but at the end of the day, I feel it's about networking, sharing information, and getting head deep into the numbers crunching and the situational handicapping. And that's why it can be like electronic wallpaper for some of you guys listening and not really paying attention. I get that, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the show and you really understand what I'm trying to accomplish here. All right, Columbus, I got a shout out to Panthers making money, baby. Perdado Funk, yeah, that's all. Make the Benjamins. All right, so let me go to the last couple days. I've been giving out the system play of the day. Now, if you recall, 2 days ago, we did a show on NHL favorites and underdogs coming off a 1-goal win that they lost their last game. So NHL teams, this system now is 44-17. In fact, let me take out the old calculator. Actually, let me do it right here. They take out the calculator. 44 plus 17. So 61. 44 divided by 61. 72% now. This system is 72%. This is pretty good. Now, what you want to do is you want to play on a team that's an NHL favorite that's coming off a 1-goal loss. This system is 72% right now, 44-17. It won again last night. Last night, the system plays was Edmonton, Colorado, and the LA Kings. All right, so this system was a goal last night. Now, I have two teams who qualify today for the system. And the first team that qualifies, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, Toronto is a high price at minus 182. So that's a little bit of a very expensive. And then the Boston Bruins are the other one. The Boston Bruins at minus 185. So if you play a two-team parlay in those two teams, you got a good chance of making some really good money right there. This system here is 72%. And it's not 8-3. It's not like low volume. It's high volume. 44-17. So guys, NHL teams coming off a 1-goal loss and their favorite, 44-17. And now here's the thing. We got a double qualifier here tonight on the Maple Leafs. That's right. Boston Bruins. They're a double qualifier because Boston Bruins, if you look at their last couple of games, let's go to Boston. And let's take a look at Boston right here. The Bees. The Boston Bruins are coming off 2 1-goal games, losses. So they lost 2-1 to the Islanders. They lost 1-0 to the Devils. And if you look at the system, and NHL teams coming off 2 1-goal losses are 46-27. So it's not as high as the 1-goal loss, but 2 games coming off 2 1-goal game losses, 63% in the next game. So guys, Boston Bruins, a strong system play tonight, along with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Those are your 2 system plays of the night. All right, let's go to the ATS Calculator. I'm going to bring over the ATS Calculator, and we'll do our any games you guys want me to do the calculator on, and in NBA or in NHL, or college basketball. This is where you guys come in and tell me which game you want me to use the calculator on. So this here is the ATS Calculator. Actually, I'm really curious about that Portland-Phoenix game. Let's go to Phoenix against Portland. And survey says it has Phoenix winning by 7.9 and 218. See, this is why I won't touch that game tonight. Too many indicators throwing me right off. Hey, it's like a bumblebee or a wasp in high frequencies, right? Just getting his radars off. Magic versus Heat, Rangers +1. Yeah, you know what, guys? Throw your picks into the bullpen. If you guys have a strong play tonight, throw it in the bullpen. Making money. Again, Streakcatcher.com. Guess who's back? Hey, guess who's back? Back again. Eddie's back. Winning again. Hey, there's my attempt at music right there. Eddie's back, guys. Eddie is back. This guy is unbelievable. Streakcatcher, Eddie. Look at this. Eddie is back. Let's go to the Streakcatcher.com. And okay, yeah, I want to show you guys this. Now, the way I make money betting Streakcatcher is it takes the stress off a lot of you guys because you're betting a hot hand, right? It's like craps. You know, somebody who's rolling the dice got the hot hand. This is the same concept that I use here. Now, you can get your comfort level of wins in a row could be anything. Mine is 5. Anybody who gets 5 in a row, that's, to me, it's like, okay, we're on to something here. Now, what you'll do is Nano55, he's won 5 in a row. He or she's won 5 in a row. You want to bet the next play at, say you put $50. It wins, yeah, you won $50. It loses, you lose $50. If he wins, now you just made $50. Take that 50 and either you can bet that 50 again or you can double it up to 100. Sometimes what I like to do is before I trust a hot hand, I'll bet 50 on it. So this way, let's say if I bet 50, it wins. I bet another 50, it wins. And then the next one, I bet 100. Well, then I'm still, I'm even, right? Because I already made $50 the both times. But it's called progressive betting. So what I'll do is I'll take this pick here on, Nano's 55. I'll put 50. If it wins, I'll go 100. And if it wins, I'll go 200. And then I'll go 4, 8. And then you see where I'm going with this, right? And then you can start back to 0 where you made your profit. So this is a great way. I call this progressive investment, right? And again, the theme of the day, investment. And you want to invest into a hot hand, and it's just one pick. You're not asking somebody to bet 3, 4, 5 picks. And you can, depending on how many streakers you have. Let's say if you got 6, 7 streakers, and they're all at 5 picks. Then you probably got a good chance of making some money. But progressively, use your budget accordingly to bet that, and that's one of the great ways that I use. And Eddie, like I said, when Eddie went on a 13-game win streak, there's a reason why he won $500, right? So that's the way I do it, guys. Streakcatcher.com, free to play, free to join. Streakcatcher.com. All right, back to ATS Calculator. All right, so any games you guys want me to do here? Magic versus the Heat total. Okay, let's go Magic versus the Heat. So I'm going to reset that. Orlando against Miami. Oh, God, I didn't do the 80% club. I got to show you the, good. Let me bring that up now before I forget. I'll go to the 80% club. Close that window. Close this window. Let's go to the results. Orlando against, 216.52. What's the total in that game? 214. So it likes it to go over. 6.97, 216. But you know what? Look at this. I do have a nice system on the 80% club on the Miami Heat. I don't know if it was the old one or the new one. Let me check it out here. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was the old one. Let me go back to the old club, the old 80% club. I got a nice system on the Miami Heat for you guys. It's this season, and it goes like this. Miami Heat. The Miami Heat as a home or road team this season, and they won their last game by 10 points or less. 9-2 to the under. So another conflicting indicator, right? And this is why I never call these plays, because you get an indicator showing 216, and then you get an 80% club showing an indicator that's under, right? So, but the objective is to find as many indicators leading to one total to one side, and that way you get yourself more. All right, what other guys you want me to do here? Let me see. Heat. I did the Heat Knicks. All right, Heat against the. Let me see here. The Heat. Knicks, New York Knicks against Milwaukee. So New York Knicks against Milwaukee. Survey says. We got Milwaukee winning 3.74, 219. So it likes it to go under. I don't think I saw anything on the Milwaukee here on the total. A lot of Milwaukee on the side. Let me see here. Golden State as a road underdog versus division opponent last 5 years, 10-1 to the under. And then Chicago Bulls, a home team last 5 years, playing on a full Friday, 9-2-1 on a full Friday. So Chicago likes to play on a full Friday. Full Friday means Thursday. What other one do you want me to do? Nets, Brooklyn. All right. Let's go. Boston against Brooklyn. See, when you have a lot of tools in the toolbox, we can just pull out it's like pulling out a wrench here, right? Hey, put it on the hoist, and let's see what we got here under the hood. All right, so we got the let me see here. What game did I say? Boston, Brooklyn. We got Brooklyn winning 4.91, 230.26. So again, it likes it under, but it likes Brooklyn to win and cover. Any other ones? Suns and the Nets. Money. Okay. Please do Habs and Flames. Okay. So we're going to do Montreal, le Canadien de Montréal, les Habitants against Calgary Flames. Survey says. Montreal 0.3, 5.99. Gretzky, 5-point Gretzky. Let me see here. Montreal totals at 5.5. So it likes Montreal here. But the indicators, values on the Calgary though. Thank you for that. See how it goes. Well, I feel good about 11 points with New York. Good luck, everyone. And thank you, Raymond. Hit that with 2 thumbs up. Yeah, you know what, guys? Hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the show. And share the link on the Twitter feed. And, before we go, let me go make my hockey selections today at hockeypicks.com. On a good run. If you go look at the hottest pickers right now, I'm 13-1 in the last couple days in hockey. And I thought I saw Musko. I thought Musko was up here too. There he is. There's Eddie. 11-3. Eddie's there too. Sniper's there. I thought I saw Sniper. Underdog Sniper. Where are you, Sniper? There you are. 11-3. Devious. So a lot of good hockey pickers here. So I'm going to make my selections right now at Hockey Picks. And I'm going to go Boston. I love Boston. That double-edged system. I really like the Bruins tonight. I need to get my my score up. I'm going to go 76. I like Toronto. I like Toronto. Don't love Toronto. Going to Florida. I'm going to go 65%. Canes are tough. Canes want that first place. And, Tampa Bay now, they want it too. But I think Brendan Moore is the best coach in NHL right now. So give me Carolina 65%. I'm going to go the Kiko's power play with the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to go 60%. I'm going to go Islanders tonight. They're tough at home. You can't beat the Islanders at home. Pittsburgh. I'm going to go 66. Mario Lemieux, right? If you're going to go Pittsburgh, you got to go Lemieux, right? It's either 87 or 66 if you're going to go Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay. You know what? This is a sneaky game. I think this is going to be closer than experts predict, as Lee Corso would say. 54%. Chicago. Sorry, but I'm going Dallas. I think they got your number. And I'm going to lean with the Flames. As much as I'd like to go Montreal, I'm going to go with the Calgary Flames, 55%. Think, pick, kick, save, hockeypicks.com. And don't forget, guys, make your picks today at streakcatcher.com. Let's get some streakers going. Let's get some more Frank the Tanks going. And don't forget, bullpen picks. Make your baseball selection. Let's get these communities going. And hopefully you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. All right, guys. Thank you for showing up today at the in the bullpen and for watching the Raymond Report. I'll be back here, same bat time, same bat place tomorrow for a Freaky Friday. Hey, Bo Dunn, Freaky Friday. Everybody loves a Freaky Friday. It's just we call it Football Friday, but we're not in football season yet. But during off season, we call it Freaky Friday. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on a Freaky Friday. Hey, with maybe a little special guest appearance by the Rustinator. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back tomorrow on another Raymond Report. Cheers, guys.